What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another beer from Brewery Ommegang, and they're out of Cooperstown, New York, and this is their Blueberry Coffee Three Philosophers. So they're calling this one a blend of a Belgian-style quadruple ale and Belgian Kriek ale with cherries, and they also add blueberries and coffee. Comes in at 9.7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 3 months old. So for my 600th beer review, I reviewed the base Three Philosophers, the bourbon barrel Three Philosophers, and the wine barrel Three Philosophers, and it was an awesome side-by-side comparison. I preferred the wine barrel the most. I've always liked Three Philosophers, but I really dig the bourbon barrel, and then the wine barrel I think is even better. And shortly after I did that review and posted it, I noticed that they came out with the blueberry coffee one. I'm like, damn it. I could have thrown that in the mix. We could have done a fourth beer, but I figured I would review this one by itself. On the side here, it says, married with blueberries and freshly roasted Ethiopian coffee beans, our acclaimed blend of quadruple ale and authentic Belgian Kriek bursts into uncharted territory. So yeah, sounds pretty good to me. At the same time, kind of skeptical about this one because when you think of like a Belgian-style quadruple ale, and this beer specifically, I think maybe coffee would work by itself or blueberry, but blueberry and coffee, I think that's a kind of a weird combo, but who knows? It could work. Coffee a lot of times has like, sometimes like dark berry and whatnot. So who knows? Anyway, hashtag proper glassware. Let's give it a pour. Oh, so definitely can tell they're using blueberry. This is definitely a different color than their regular one. Wow. Yeah, without question. That's pretty cool. Actually, we'll throw it over here like this. Does it even matter? Not really. Yeah, so wow, that has like a purplish tinge to it. I don't know how it's going to come off on camera. Probably like a ruby red or deep red, but in person, definitely looks like they brewed this one with blueberries. Very murky and turbid. Can't really see through it. It's lighter at the bottom. This has like almost an orange color, and then as it gets higher up, it's like ruby red. Has about a finger and a half of this creamy but slightly soap sudsy looking head that's like straight up tan, but again has like a little like light hints of purple. So I would say they're brewing this one with real blueberries. Let's get a nose. Whew, coffee is definitely there. Yeah, coffee, even at 3 months, predominant note. Nice roasted coffee. Slightly acidic, and I can't tell if that's just the coffee itself in the nose, like having like an acidic vibe to the nose, or if maybe the blueberries. More dark fruits, dark cherry. Again, this is blended with a Kriek with cherries. And then on top of that, there's like figgy date raisin type of things going on, which is probably the base Three Philosophers. A slight Belgian yeast to it. Like this definitely is dominated by the coffee, and you're getting underlying characteristics of the base Three Philosophers, like a burnt sugar caramel type of thing going on. It smells sweet, but I like the roasted coffee note. I feel like it's breaking up the monotony of the sweetness in the nose. But yeah, it smells pretty good. It smells better than I thought it would. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. First two sips, I do not like this as much as the rest of the Three Philosophers. It's kind of, what I think is doing is kind of stripping away the base Three Philosophers a little bit for me. Body of this one, higher side and medium body, a little bit thin. I always find Three Philosophers a little bit thin. What you expect from this beer, has nice carbonation, has a nice smoothness to it as well, but definitely spritzy on the palate. The taste is definitely weird. Now, it says to drink it at 50. This is probably around 50 to 55, I would guess. I get the coffee up front. Then it passes through the palate. It's just like base Three Philosophers, but stripped down a little bit. Like, get the roasted coffee, pass through the palate. Some of those dark fruits getting dialed back. The Belgian yeast hits mid-palate, carries onto the back, has this nice spiciness to it. Slight clove thing, more dark fruits. A little bit of like a vanilla tinge as well. It finishes semi-dry, slight residual sweetness, low bitterness. The thing that I'm noticing about this one though is not getting much of the blueberry. The coffee is right up front and kind of dissipates right away. But what's weird about this one is, at least to my palate, the base beer is like 75% of what it typically is. It's not bad at all. It's actually still nice and good and tasty and whatnot. But I don't think, for me, the blueberry or the coffee really enhances or really adds a lot to this beer for me. 9.7%. I can tell there's a little bit of booze like in the chest, like a warming in the chest, not really on the palate. So, I always find Three Philosophers hides the alcohol relatively well, but now I'm starting to get like a tannic blueberry. So the blueberry is starting to show up, but it's like kind of on the finish with the dryness. I would say this. I like it. It's good. It's solid. I enjoy it. Here's the thing. For me, always honest with you guys, Three Philosophers base is better. The bourbon barrel age is way better, and the wine barrel is the best of the bunch for me personally. If I saw all four of them on the shelf and you were like, buy one, the wine barrel. If I wanted to buy one, it would be the wine barrel. But I would buy the other three before this one. Why? I think the base is damn good, and I think both of those barrel age variants enhance the beer, change the beer in a better way. This one, I think, changes the beer slightly, but not for the better. I just feel like the blueberry and coffee for me just kind of, again, it doesn't enhance, it doesn't accentuate the base like so many good beers would do. It just kind of takes away a little bit from the base. It kind of strips down the flavors. And again, all personal preference. This is just me talking about my experience right now. So I will say this before I even rate it. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about this, because this is kind of a mindfuck to me right now. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm just like, I don't know what to make of it, other than I think it's good. I'm gonna have no trouble drinking the rest of this can. I just don't think it brings anything new to the table, really. So blueberry coffee, Three Philosophers from Brewery Ommegang. I'm gonna go low 3.75 out of 5 and go 3.7 out of 5. Best I can do on it. All the other Three Philosophers 4 and above. So this is, by far my least favorite of the bunch, but that happens sometimes. So what are you going to do? Price and availability. Price on this one, I think, was $20 a 4-pack. I think I paid $5.49 for that can, or $5.29 for the can. So $20 a 4-pack. I would not pay that again for this beer. For the rest of them, sure, because those are, again, to me, high quality, just tasty Belgian-style quads or blends or whatever you want to call them. This one is not good enough for me to ever pay that price again. I would say pay the $5.29 once to give it a go, especially if you've had the base Three Philosophers or any of the variants or all of them, just to see what you think. I'm so, like, right now, I almost, after this review is over, I'm going to go on Tap, I'm going to go on YouTube and just see what people are saying about this one, because for me, like, it's a solid, good beer, but like, I was hoping for so much more. But I said kind of in the beginning, like, didn't think that blueberry coffee would work as well as you might think. I thought maybe blueberry or coffee, and for me, it really doesn't work all that well. Yeah, 3.7 out of 5 for blueberry coffee, Three Philosophers from Brewery Ommegang. Like I said, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I'd be curious to hear your opinion, and I'm going to shut it down because I'm kind of bummed out. So it happens. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by. To the next one. Cheers.